Alright, what's up, guys? Anybody that's tuning in live or afterwards, hello and welcome. If you're here after the stream, you might want to skip ahead a little bit, and if you're here live, we'll give it a couple of minutes to get going, but thank you for being here. So, I'm actually waiting on two different people from two different platforms to come and get bikes, hopefully tonight. One of them asked if I'd be available around 8 o'clock. I said yes. Let me know when you're on your way. So we'll probably hear from them later in this live stream. Hopefully, I'd like to get rid of that bike because there's another one that I want to go and get. Hey, Steve-O, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Glad you're here. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, if I can sell a bike tonight, if I can sell a bike and a frame, which is what the situation is, those are the two things that people want to come and get: a complete bike and then like half of a bike. Hey, what's up, Amy? Just sitting here waiting for buyers. I got two people threatening to come by and get stuff tonight. Well, three if the PlayStation guy follows through. But he's been quiet for a while, so I don't know. So I'm just sitting here, waiting for people to come through. Wow. Yeah, it's been, it rained a little bit earlier here. It was really sunny in the afternoon. But I think it might rain again. The forecast was saying over in the downtown area. But yeah, I can imagine it's, chilly day and overcast mostly. So I'm not surprised there's a bunch of snow. Like on the mountains anyway. I wouldn't think, maybe, the edges of the valley. I remember when I used to live in Anthem, and there'd be no chance of getting any snow down here, but it would still, have some flurries in Anthem because it's, much higher in elevation. I know Summerlin is that way. So, I haven't seen the news or anything, but I know on days like this, the edges of the valley can get snow, even in March. Hey, Big Boys PEV, what's going on, buddy? I'm sitting here waiting for people to come through and buy stuff. I got two people. I should have the Cannondale frame and fork sold. The older frame and fork. What's up, Danny? Snowing like crazy? Wow. It's crazy. It's snowing over on Amy's side of town. It's snowing on the edge of the Las Vegas Valley right now. Or was, or maybe still will. There's been some unusual weather the last couple of years. We've talked about that here on the channel, but snow in mid-March is a rarity around here anyway. But I'm glad to see everybody. Thanks for being here. Thanks for helping me pass the time. If I'm just sitting here quiet waiting for pings, messages from people who are on their way to come and get stuff, then just like it drives me nuts. And now there's a nice mountain bike that I want to buy at one of my spots, that I would have. If I sell both of these things tonight, I'll have just about enough to get it, and it's got some value, let's say. And it should make for an easy flip. Yeah, wow, lightning during the snowstorm. We don't get that usually. If it's snowing here, there's not usually thunder and lightning. But that's awesome if you're getting that. It's one thing I miss about Florida, kind of, was just crazy lightning. Craziest lightning I've ever seen. I talk with my dad about that every once in a while. He lives on a lake and, has a pretty good view from his back porch during a thunderstorm. And, he likes to just sit there and watch lightning and rain. It is kind of soothing. If you don't have anything to do or anywhere to go, I suppose it is nice to just sit there and watch some crazy weather. Wow, that's crazy. There's a lot of really just bizarre weather for like really any time of year, and tornadoes and stuff places. Hey, Irving, what's going on, buddy? Hope you're doing better. Irving's on the mend right now, guys. If you didn't know, had a little incident with injury. I don't want to get too much into his business or anything, but let's all wish Irving well if we haven't already. And good to see you, buddy. And Dustin is here. What's up? Good to see you. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Irving. Yeah, glad you guys could join us, Irving and Dustin. Hope everybody's having an awesome night. I'll be having a much more awesome night. If I can sell the two things that people want to come and look at tonight, I'll have just enough to get that kind of fancy mountain bike. And I could sell said mountain bike pretty quickly for enough money to pay a week's rent and still buy another bike. So I'm trying not to be too anxious about this, but if everything lines up, this could work out quite well. But trying not to count any chickens before they hatch. Hey, Dr. Sammy Munchkin to you as well. Oh yeah, I was hearing about that. Somebody mentioned that in the ride last night. I don't think we'd be able to see it here. I don't know. Like, it depends. I haven't been outside in a while. It's cold and windy. It's been real windy. That's the part that sucks. I don't mind cold. I don't mind rain. I do mind cold and wind and rain all at the same time. It's been very un-Vegas like around here lately. Yeah, I can imagine. Danny, I don't know if I could do it. I mean, I'm gonna really hate where I am in a couple of months when it's 100 and your ass is gonna die degrees outside again for 3 or 4 months. Um, but I'm not a big fan of the cold either. Ah, 3 a.m. in Vegas? I don't know. Sometimes I'm awake for my middle of the night tinkle around then. So we'll have to see. Have to see what the skies are looking like, I guess. Might poke my head out. Yeah, that's the trade-off, I guess. You deal with a colder winter and you get a nicer summer. So, on behalf of most of us who live here, I would say we dread the summertime and just kind of wait for it to be over. The spring and the fall, if it's not windy or rainy, are really quite wonderful here in Las Vegas. Hey, what's up, Jimenez? Um, oh, really? Yeah, we've been getting a lot of rain too. Everybody, it's like, it's kind of unusual to be getting so much rain this time of year, I think, at least here in Vegas, but, really unusual weather. And Amy said it was snowing on the edge of the valley here, or will be still. I don't know if it's still precipitating as it gets darker and colder. It'd be weird for it to snow like down here in the valley or anything this time of year. That I don't think has ever happened before. But, up in elevation, mountain's edge areas, Summerlin, Anthem, it can definitely snow. Hey, Renee. Renee's here too. The O's have made it into the chat tonight, and it's wonderful to see you both. I'm so happy you're here. Hope you guys are doing great. Yeah, I've seen video of it snowing in Phoenix before. I've seen it snow down here in the Las Vegas Valley before. I've seen it dump clumps of snow and accumulate in Anthem before. And it'll always be unusual, but Phoenix, yeah. I mean, Phoenix is just a terribly hot place. Phoenix is an interesting city. I don't think I could ever live there, for a couple of reasons. It's a little too condensed and it's definitely too hot. Like, it's too hot here. But yeah, snow in Phoenix, that'd be a sight. In person. Was looking at the cost of used vehicles, like cash vehicles, not doing any financing or anything. I'm still looking for a van or a SUV or something that I can do a little bit of traveling in and also, sleep in if necessary. And the prices of such vehicles is going down quite a bit, and that's encouraging. But it'd be nice to have something, it'd be nice to have the option of traveling with air conditioning when it's 100 and some odd degrees outside. I'm gonna have to monitor the weather and, the predicted forecast pretty closely now if I'm going to be able to do this Santa Monica ride. I was expecting to be able to do it as early as now if I had the funding and all the equipment and such, but the weather has been just too all over the place, windy, rainy, snowing in places where I'd have to be going through right now. And that's rare. Oh, wow. Nice. Well, that'd be awesome. Thank you for your service, of course, and anyone who has served. But San Diego, is freaking beautiful, man. Like the weather. I am definitely a fan of San Diego weather. I could live in San Diego. I used to get as far down as San Diego. Occasionally, we'd go through there to get to Tijuana sometimes, which is fun. Um, yeah, but San Diego is a super nice place. But we used to go and surf down in San Clemente, which is, south of LA, but above San Diego, but in that region, and just, oh man, it's just beautiful over there. Hey, baby love. But good to see everybody. Hope everybody's having a good night or whatever time it is where you are. It's 7:04 p.m. in Las Vegas. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for hopefully two different people to come through. If they do, for the numbers that we've agreed upon previously, um, if they both came through tonight, I'd have just about enough to get that nice mountain bike that I could flip for a pretty good chunk of change. So, I'm really hoping that people come through tonight, because that could work out nicely. It is windy. I'm so sick of the freaking wind. It was so windy during the ride last night. It was supposed to back off, and it was still gusting, well over 20 miles an hour by the time we finished the ride. It wasn't always blasting you, but the gusts were hitting hard once in a while. And, that's the problem this time of year in Vegas, coming up on springtime, is it can be really windy or not. I mean, we're known for getting most of our wind in the spring and the fall, but it's not always like this. It's not like, it's been way more windy than usual, and starting kind of early too. That's crazy. Thunder snow at 2 p.m. Well, Amy said there's snow coming down on the edge of the valley, Summerlin side, lower elevations, not just mountains. And it's March, like, well, yeah, middle of March. If I missed any notifications, come on. These people really need to come through tonight. Somebody does at least. I gotta go spend a few dollars tomorrow that I don't have. I was able to squeeze out another week's rent. Looks like I'm gonna be able to pay the phone bill, but that pretty much takes care of it. Everything. So I know everybody else has got issues too. There's a guy who wants to come and get the Performance M204, and I told him $20 lower than my lowest number, and he's like, I just don't have it. It's like $16 short of that or something, and it's like, I just can't do it. I know everybody's tight, but I gotta eat and pay bills same as everybody else. So we'll see how that turns out. Oh wow, that's cold. It's too chilly for mid-March in the Southwest. And rainy too. Like, we can use it here. Nobody's complaining really about the rain in Las Vegas, I know. Well, maybe people visiting. They were expecting good weather this time of year. This sucks for them. Um, you always want people who are coming here and spending money to experience good weather. But it's got to rain too. Huh. I'm pretty sure we're not going to have that problem here, Danny. And if we do, there's probably going to be bigger fish to fry. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't rule out anything at this point. Weather's getting crazy. There was a destructive tornado in Central Florida just north of my dad a couple of days ago. And that's weird. They're not really known for their tornadic activity on land anyway. Hold on, I'm checking something out on another page, guys. Bear with me if you can still hear me. I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing notifications from anybody. I expect I would have heard from at least one of these people by now. The guy on the Cannondale frame. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Alright. It'd be great to get these couple things out of the way anyway. If I can move a couple of bikes tonight, then I have like more room for stuff. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, no, I know, Amy. I used to work for NASA. I can confirm that there aren't chemtrails. What do we have? Ah, crap. That wasn't supposed to come out of PayPal. Damn it. Now I really don't have any money. It wouldn't have been a result of anything coming out of the plane. I mean, they just don't do that. I had the second highest security clearance you could have at the Kennedy Space Center, and I was associated with a department that would know about that kind of thing, and it just doesn't exist. So, I mean, they're not, what you've seen, may have been a result of multiple factors, but they're not dispersing chemicals from airplanes. It depends on the elevation, actually. They can last for quite a while depending on how high the plane was. Hey, Daniel, what's going on? Good to see everybody that's made it in tonight. I appreciate you. No, I mean, believe whatever you want to believe, Danny, but I have a PhD. I used to be an aerospace engineer with the second highest level of government security clearance. I promise you there are no chemtrails. Ah, damn it. There's a Facebook marketplace assistant asking me if this item was still for sale. Oh, hey, Kevin, I see you down there. Hold on. Trying to make sure I'm getting my notifications here. I'm waiting for people to come through and buy stuff. I should have heard from at least one of them by now. I'm trying to sell a road bike and a mountain bike frame tonight. I was expecting to hear from the guy on the bike frame by now. And the other guy, I'll start to worry if I don't hear from him in about the next 20 minutes or so. Shit. You can loan me some money if you want to, Kevin. Oh, that's cool. Electric scooters are good. Yeah, I guess depending on what kind it is, some of them will only take so much rain, wetness. My Highboy S2 Max, which is the scooter that I put the most miles on, damn, there's like really cold tonight. I don't know why the air conditioning's on. It's cold outside. Um, but I ran that thing through a couple of big puddles and it was still alright, but I couldn't have done it all the time. You know, once in a while it was okay. Uh-oh. Huh. Yeah, I don't know about that, Kevin, but good luck with it. Oh, man, these people are going to push it till the last minute. One guy asked if he could come at 8, and I said, yeah, but I gotta, I'm busy shortly after that, as to indicate, don't be late. Huh. Sounds pretty awesome, actually, Daniel. You take care of yourself, Danny. It's always good to see you and enjoy your movie. And enjoy the snow, the unusual weather, and hopefully we see you again next time. Yeah, we don't even have the bird scooters and lime scooters here. Yeah, that's way too fast for those tiny wheels. I hope nobody got hurt on that thing. Yeah, I suppose it is a waste. Like, if you're gonna ride them all the time, Kevin, you might as well just buy one. If you're always renting one, you might as well just get one. But we don't even have them here. Yeah, in the long run, I guess you will save some money. You can do it at McDonald's too, I've noticed, Kevin, or some of them. Anyway, the one in Green Valley, last time I went over there, a dude was charging his electric scooter at McDonald's and nobody seemed to care. Yeah, I find if you just act like you belong, they won't give you a hard time about it. Just act like there's nothing wrong with what you're doing. Oh, wow. That's crazy, though, Daniel. That sounds like a wild ride, though. Ah, the suspense is killing me. Somebody needs to come through tonight. If I could sell one of these things tonight and then maybe the other person catches up with me tomorrow, I could still probably go get that other mountain bike, which I could flip for a decent chunk of change. That would that would be a big leap and progress made with the whole venture. So I'm kind of hoping the stars align. But people have a tendency to be unreliable on OfferUp and Facebook Marketplace. The guy for the Cannondale frame was ready to come and get it last night, but we were starting the ride and I was out, and I told him, I was like, "Hey, I got to leave around this time, so it's got to be before then." And he didn't contact me until 20 minutes after that, wanting to come over. So I hope I didn't miss him. Hey, what's up? Mark and Jeffrey. OG in Vegas, good to see you. Oh. Yeah, I guess when you're dealing with tiny wheels, gearing can be a huge factor. But I would think that'd be too sketchy to ride, really. I don't know if I'd even get on it, but it sounds awesome. Huh. Where the hell are these guys? Come on now. Oh, come on. Why do they keep taking the shit out of my PayPal account? Sorry. Pardon my language. I'm buying little things on eBay to kind of get my score up. I fell off for a while. My eBay score went down. I just quit selling for months. Now my rating is kind of low and it's hurting my sales now that I want to get back in. So I'm buying a bunch of stupid little cheap crap just to kind of force my score back up a little bit, get a little more action, a little more forward momentum going. And they're supposed to take it out of the funds that I have available on eBay from things that I've sold, which is a couple little things today, and they're taking it out of my other accounts instead. And I don't know why they're doing that. And I might lose a little sleep tonight if somebody doesn't come by and get something. Seriously, I mean, I had a pretty good feeling that at least these two were probably going to come through tonight. It's a little too early to give up on the other guy for the road bike. He said around 8 o'clock, and I said, you know, I need to do something a little after that. So, you know, trying to make sure that we're not like pushing it or making it too late. Oh, wow. Yeah, my PayPal won't overdraft in this case, but they needed to be taking the money out of somewhere else, the pending eBay funds, and they're not doing that. But yeah, if one of these two things sells tonight, I thought I was going to get the PlayStation sold earlier. I had two people that were pretty interested, and they both offered the same price, and I countered with $10 more than that, which is my low number, which is what I would end up with if I sold it on eBay, for instance, after, fees and shipping and stuff. So I figured that's what I got to get for it, and that's a reasonable price. And both of them said okay, and then neither of them came through. But earlier in the day, I'd felt pretty confident that at least one of them was going to come through. But, I mean, it's kind of like the weather sucked today, and I think a lot of people are just like, I don't want to really go out in the weather and deal with all that, wind and rain and whatever else. So if not tonight, I hope it all goes tomorrow. Well, no, I gotta sell something tonight. Somebody's gotta come through on something. I put some more stuff for sale too. That is an actual authentic Jones Loop handlebar that was on the GT Karakoram. I put a different handlebar on there. I'm gonna have to get a different one still. It's just too low. But I know I'm not going to use the Jones Loop bar, but it is an authentic Jones bar, which means it's like $100 or more. So I got that listed for sale. I appreciate it, Daniel. It would really help a lot if somebody would come and buy something, because I got all my money tied up in stuff to sell and bills that I just paid. So, yeah, it's kind of coming down to the wire here. We'll see. We'll see what occurs. It's too early to give up on the Scott Speedster guy. If I can sell that bike, I'm willing to sell it for what I got in it just because I want to try and go buy. It's a Specialized mountain bike, a nice, newer Specialized mountain bike that I could just about swing if I sell the Scott and the Cannondale frame tonight or tomorrow, like soon, before the Cannondale sells. I know how much they got in it. I know what I can buy it for. I know what I can probably sell it for. And it'd be great if that works out. So, but I could understand the weather just kind of making people less motivated to come and buy stuff. If it's cold and windy, it might rain again and they don't want to go out and drive in it maybe. I don't know, but that doesn't help me at all right now. The weather has been really kind of screwing with a lot of things. I almost didn't do the ride last night. I got halfway there. I'm pedaling uphill against the wind. Not even halfway to the ride yet, and I'm already gassed. And I was thinking, maybe we better just, I didn't want to do it to you guys, so, screw it, we'll do the ride. But, it could have rained last night from the looks of it. It was definitely windier than it was supposed to be. Today is windy and raining. It's been really windy the last week or so, especially. Mostly. But I've had to miss out on some things already due to the weather, but I can't be missing out on money due to the weather. I think I'm probably going to keep this for a while. I think that's going to be the, if I'm doing the Uber Eats and DoorDash. I got the GT for sale right now, the Aggressor Pro. It's for sale, but I'm not like coming down on the price because newer GTs are going up in value again because you can't just go out and buy them anymore. Um, but it is a really good bike, and I could use it to make a few dollars here and there. To everybody who's been hassling me about doing Uber Eats and DoorDash again, I'm about it. I could use the few extra bucks. I'm gonna have to get a backpack again. The zipper, the newer backpack that I just got a while back, actually, thanks to that was courtesy of Big Boys PEV. Actually, it was lighter and more comfortable than the previous backpack that I had, but I've been carrying heavier stuff in it, like groceries and stuff, and the zipper is worn out now. So I have to get another delivery backpack, which is like 30 bucks, and then I could probably go out and take a couple of deliveries now and again on that GT for as long as I have it. That's another reason I want to get that other mountain bike too, is like whichever one I sell first, I'll still have the other, and I could still, pay some bills and buy another bike. I don't know. I'm just kind of waiting for prices to get reasonable again. I can't really swing it right now, Daniel, but I still think about it all the time. Almost every day that I'm out pedaling, I think, it would be nice to have a ruckus for some things again. But getting one from a dealer is just ridiculously expensive lately, and the used ones that I've seen are either overpriced or just like worn out, basically. I don't know. So I haven't seen any good deals on them around here since I got rid of mine, really. But I would imagine that things are going to change at some point. I mean, markets go up and down. I couldn't get one right now anyway, but in the not too distant future, if prices became reasonable, again, it might be something that I could justify. Well, the only bike that I'm not selling right now is the GT Karakoram, and I haven't even ridden it. It's almost complete now. I fixed the wheels. The hubs were loose. Now everything's good and tight. It's still got that, they put that rack thing on the frame, and I still have to find a way to remove that safely. I'm going to buy a hacksaw or something. I got one in my Extreme Dad Bike wish list. That's still going to be the Extreme Dad Bike. I can make it a complete bike right now, but it's still got that stupid rack thing on it that's just dangling. I have to try to cut it without damaging the frame, and then that's a good bike that I can ride and keep. And I've been waiting to for a while. So we'll see how that turns out. I need to invest like $12 or $13 in a hacksaw and just hope for the best. But somebody seriously, I mean, I can see the weather deterring people tonight, wind and rain, and just it's cold and it sucks to be outside. So I can see that, keeping people from coming and getting stuff today, but this really doesn't help me at all. I hope to have it out on a Wednesday ride soon. I want to get some thick slicks for it. It's never going to be, like, I'm not going to take it off-road. It's a rigid mountain bike. It's like ridiculous to take that kind of bike off-road in this day and age. So I want to put some thick slicks on it and just make it like a good urban bike. The Extreme Dad Bike is what it is. The 1993 GT Karakoram in the color known as Blacklight is just an extreme dad bike. And I want it to be restored to all of its original glory again. And I worked on it quite a bit today, actually, for the first time in a while. and it's almost ready to go. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. It is NASCAR weekend. That's cool though. Oh, yeah, I haven't seen it since I dropped it off to its new owner. Honestly, Daniel, I don't know what's going on with it these days. But I do miss riding a Ruckus. I really do enjoy them. I have been enjoying pedaling. I'm getting a lot more exercise. I feel better in a lot of ways. But it would be nice to hop on a Ruckus and go cruise once in a while. Yeah, it was a female purchaser of the Ruckus. Ah, come on, at least somebody come through and say, hey, can we do this tomorrow or something? I had a lot of action on half of the things I had for sale today, and just nobody's come through. It's had quite a positive effect on my life, honestly, Daniel, since I started pedaling again. I mean, there's still things that are wrong, major internal health issues that are one day going to be a serious problem, but like the cardiovascular health is improving considerably, and I feel better every day in that regard. I did. I did DoorDash on the Ruckus. It was all set up for food delivery. What am I getting notified for? Bear with me, guys. Okay, it's 52 degrees half an hour ago, which means it's probably quite a bit colder than that now. I know, like, higher up in elevation, like where Amy is, it's much colder. Down here in the valley, still being as windy as it is, that feels cold. It got down to like maybe 60 in the time that I was out last night, 60 degrees, but it was windy, so it felt much colder than that. And it's much colder than that now, and still very windy, so like I don't really want to be outside at all tonight, but I'll carry some bikes down to some people and meet them in the parking lot and say, here's a bike, and I'll gladly accept some money. It's always when I really need it. If I had like any extra money at all right now, if I weren't down to like pure nothing, uh, everything like would sell today. Everything, half of it would have been sold already. But it's always when I really need it that it's like this. I'd sit here stressing about. It's like, oh come on, just somebody just freaking come through like you said you would. We were talking about that actually earlier, Daniel, and I usually go to the bathroom about that time of the night. So if everything works out, I might poke my head out and take a look if it's not like freezing and windy outside. but it sounds cool. Yeah, I was hearing it's going to be around then, Mark. If the weather permits, Milkman's Kid, um, it's supposed to be pretty cold tomorrow night, and I'm really kind of over the cold. Last night was much milder than it's going to be tomorrow night, and I was really cold last night, but then it was windy. So we'll see. I gotta play it by ear, honestly. Milkman's Kid, see how it looks at the time, or how it's gonna be, a couple hours into it or beyond. Yeah, Daniel, that's about the only chance I think I have of seeing it is if it comes around the time I wake up to make a trip to the bathroom. Otherwise, I'll probably be staring at my eyelids. But it's like it'd be a shame to miss something that's going to be really cool, I guess. I'm sure we can see, pictures and videos and stuff, but there's something to be said for, witnessing something like that with your own eyes. Oh no, I'm over the cold weather. Milkman's Kid. It was really windy last night, which made it feel just terrible outside. And we've been getting a lot of that here, and I'm just over it. The wind and the cold and we're getting a lot of rain. We need the rain, but the windy and cold conditions as well are not helping at all. It was sunny here downtown in the afternoon for a while. I mean, like bright sunshine and beautiful blue sky for a little while, but I think it's clouding over again. Yeah. I poked my head out for the one, was it last year or whatever? Um, and then into one, yeah, a few years back, uh, my dad went to see, I think. And we didn't get much of it where I was. It did, like both times it made the sky noticeably darker here, and it's kind of weird. But I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to even just ride a bike normally if it's too windy, depending on where the wind is coming from, especially if it like hits you from the side or something. That's the kind that I hate. You come around a corner or something and then just get blasted to the point where it almost knocks you off your bike. I'm not a fan of that at all. Wow. Yeah, I think seeing the total eclipse, seeing it an eclipse in its totality would have been cool. I'm sorry that I missed it. I'm glad you saw the 17 one. But I guess a lot of people got overcast weather for the last one. We almost did downtown, but there was a patch. There's a break in the skies, and you could see that it was just like noticeably darker outside, but nowhere near like full coverage. Total eclipse. Not in downtown Vegas anyway. Come on, is anybody gonna come through tonight? I don't know, like I gotta get stuff to eat tomorrow. Like, somebody's really got to come through. I paid bills because, well, they're due. And also, I was pretty sure I was going to sell at least one thing today. That's the way it goes, though, sometimes. When you really need it, they'll string you along. But when you can take it or leave it, they just want to run and throw money at you. Please, can we come and buy your stuff? Just trying to get on that side of it again. That's a place to stay. Ride the forward momentum, the flow. Oh wow, that's weird. I never noticed that part. I didn't really look. Hello, Daniel. It's gonna be November again, Kevin. In a couple more months or so, they're gonna start inconveniencing everyone again in anticipation of Formula One. Yeah, I'd rather it never happened here again. Yeah, here you gotta pay way too much to even see them, really. You're gonna shell out some dough. But it's a terrible inconvenience for the people of Las Vegas. If you need to go anywhere near or around the strip, you're gonna suffer a lot from Formula One. Yeah, the traffic just gets absolutely ridiculous. There are only so many ways to go, but everybody still has to come and go. People have to go to work. Thousands of people, tens of thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people work in these giant ass hotels that you see everywhere and convention spaces and everything else. Everybody's got to get to work and back somehow. And it just turns into a nightmare for anybody who works on the strip or lives near the strip. Alright, at this point, I'm probably not gonna hear from the Scott guy, I would think, because I tried to give him the impression that not long from now I had things to do so I could work within his time frame, but we'll have to stick within his time frame. And I haven't heard from him now, and this concerns me a bit. What are you gonna do? I can't say that I did. Come on, am I getting notifications? Am I missing anything? No. They need to quit taking stuff out of my PayPal account, though, and start taking it out of the eBay money that I have. Huh. Oh, man. This weather makes me sleepy. Windy, cold, raining, overcast, whatever. It's too much, Kevin. I really need to. I think it's on sale. I think it's like 27 or 28 bucks. I can get another delivery backpack. I have a phone mount. I have a couple of little power banks. I could be out on the GT for, a few hours taking Uber Eats and DoorDash deliveries. If I got to get a backpack. I have two worn out delivery backpacks where the zippers don't work and they're like kind of structural and they just give out after a while. So I have to buy a new one now. And of course, it's never a good time for that. So people really need to come through and buy some crap. I need to have the money to buy it, Kevin. I can get one on Amazon for like 27 or 28 bucks. If I buy it on Amazon, I could have it like tomorrow, which is pretty much what I need. I appreciate you, Kevin. I gotta buy one. The one that I got most recently was like lighter and more comfortable to wear than the other one, but I need to unfortunately get the sturdier one again, which, like might not be any better for the food or anything, but it's more, I don't know, durable overall. There's a little more structural integrity than the other one. I have nowhere else to carry things on that bike. I don't have any racks or places to put racks or anything. Really, I would have to buy a rack, which would cost as much as getting a delivery backpack. So I'm gonna have to spend 30 bucks any way you slice it before I can really get back out there and take deliveries again. But maybe this weather though is killing me, like in the sense that it makes people not want to come out and buy things that I have for sale because it's a hassle to get in the car and then they make it rained on and it's cold and windy and standing in the parking lot making a deal with a stranger and everything. So, I kind of want to wait and just do it tomorrow except for the fact that I really need the money right now. But damn this weather, man. It's been very un-Vegas like for the last week or so at least. Yeah, if I don't hear from this guy on the Scott bike in about the next 5 minutes or so, I suppose I'm gonna write him off for tonight. I guess the Cannondale guy might have given up after I didn't come through last night, but I told him, I said, I'll be around until early evening. And then he wanted to do it after that. So I gotta sell things, but I gotta do things too. I have obligations to you guys, like going and doing the bike ride. I enjoy it, and hundreds, sometimes thousands of people, tune in to join for said ride. So, I could have sold a bike, needed to sell a bike, but I needed to go out and, live stream with you guys too. And I just ate my last can of SpaghettiOs. I have a little bit of food left. Well, like snacks, a couple of things to eat. I'll survive, well, for a little while, but it would be a lot better if somebody would just come through and buy something. What time is it? Yeah. I was expecting the Cannondale guy to have come and gone already, and I was expecting the Scott guy to have been getting here about now. So I'm not going to completely give up yet. You guys can sit here and suffer with me a little while longer if you want to. I appreciate you taking the time and spending the time. It's always great to get to hang out with you. But this is getting a wee bit discouraging. I did sell a couple of little things on eBay, but I'm gonna net like $8 after all the fees and shipping and whatever else. I did get a bunch more of the lights. Hold on a second. Just, I'm gonna put you down and grab one. Hold on. Ow. Oh, I sat in that chair for too long. That was pretty much toast. Okay. There's a blue one that I put in a black housing. And then, the white one. These. And they come in red too. I got the black ones, this one, with the white light, and red ones. Like hundreds of them. I got more of those coming to just kind of replenish my eBay listings for those. So that'd be some grocery money in the future. That's about all it amounts to. But it's good to have, a little coming from here, a little coming from there, but there's like nothing coming from anywhere right now. But that's the way it goes sometimes. You take it as it comes. Sometimes you're riding high, sometimes you're thinking about riding high. Oh, nice. I recently sold a 20-inch Haro BMX bike, Daniel, but it was not a very good one. But I love Haro bikes. I've ridden a few of them over the years myself. Cool, fun bikes. There's a Haro mountain bike that I wanted to get recently, but it didn't last long. The guy wanted $60 for it. I was like, yeah, count me in. And it sold like really fast. I missed my chance. There's another Haro bike I saw for sale earlier for $50. But it needed a few things. It was a little rough. I think the chain was missing and it didn't have a seat, it didn't have pedals. But it was an otherwise, like, it needed a few things, but it was an otherwise good bike. Alright, it's after 8 o'clock. Uh-oh, is that him? Oh, he says he's still at work. Hold on. Oh, I can message him back on the computer. Hold on a minute. Guys. Hold on, I gotta cut the stream, guys. His brother is here in a truck. Okay, I gotta cut the stream, guys. I'll check in with you again in a few minutes, okay? Come back and see me if you want to know what happened. I'll be back.